Welcome. Today we are going to be talking about finding your child's gifts and talents. What are your children good at? What makes each of them unique? And how did you discover their gifts and talents? Or if you're here, maybe you're trying to figure out what are their gifts and talents. I'm Marina Gabor, wife, homeschooling mom, speaker, and co-founder of Summit Writing Academy. Let's dive in and explore some questions that you can start thinking about, pondering as you look to discover and nurture your child's gifts and talents. Henry Van Dyke said, "Use what talents you possess. The woods would be very silent if no birds sang except those that sang best." Use what talents you possess. The woods would be very silent if no birds sang except those who sang best. So what does make your child unique? What are their gifts and talents? The things they're naturally good at? What is their natural bent? The way they normally, things they normally gravitate to. Have you tried new things? Tried to discover what they might enjoy, what they might be good at? Sometimes it's surprising what comes out when you try a new thing and you think, oh, I had no idea you'd be interested in that. Sometimes you need to step out of your comfort zone to help your child explore some of their things that they're naturally interested in. Now, what is the difference between gifts and talents, intelligence, and just being good at something? Can you be good at something without being talented or gifted? And how much work is involved with developing this gift or this talent? Ross Simmons says, "Hustle beats talent when talent doesn't hustle. Hustle beats talent when talent doesn't hustle." So even if you're talented, there is some work involved to develop that skill to excellence. Sometimes when we have a talent, we have this expert blind spot. We think, oh, well, I'm just good at this. Therefore, I'm just good at this. I don't know. But we also need to have a spirit of humility and teachability, because even if we have a gift or talent, whatever that might be, it can be developed. It can be developed to excellence beyond what that raw talent is. Now, do you need to explore every gift or talent your child has? That would be exhausting if they have multiple gifts and talents. Do we spend too much time perhaps trying to help them excel in areas that they are not generally gifted in? Now, just because your child may not be good at math doesn't mean they do not need to learn math. Math is a skill. We need to learn this skill. That's not what I'm saying at all. But if they're not musical, how much time and effort do we put into trying to develop that musical skill? Or if they are a fabulous athlete, do we start developing that skill and focusing on that skill? Where is it going to end up? Where can they go with that skill? What can they learn that is broader than the skill itself? These are hard questions. I've got some more for you. I'm thinking about this advice that says, just follow your passion. The problem with that advice is it's kind of faulty in that think back to something that you never used to enjoy, but now you do. So perhaps it's something at work. When you started your job, you hated doing a certain thing, but over time, you got better at that thing, and now you quite enjoy it. Well, the reason you enjoy it is because you're good at it now, but you had to go through that painful working through part. Whereas if you just said, oh, this isn't my passion, I'm not doing it, you wouldn't get to that enjoyment stage. So I think we have to look at the gifts and talents, also knowing that there's some work involved as we're exploring things to get to that point where we not only excel, but because of that excellence, we enjoy the task. And because we enjoy the task, we start to find some passion for that task. Something to think about. It's kind of a paradox. Now, what about making your kids continue doing things? How long do you continue doing things? How long do you make them persevere? I've heard some parents say they are committed to it for as long as I have paid for it. So if it's an 8-week commitment, then that's how long they are committed to it, for those 8 weeks. And that's fair. When you, like I said, with the passion thing, when you're trying something new and you think, oh, I might like to do this. And so you start and you suck at it because you don't know what to do. You don't have the skill set yet. So you need to persevere long enough to see, am I actually just, this isn't my thing and I don't want to pursue it? Or is it just, I haven't really tried this before, and so I'm awful to begin with, even though I'm talented around other things, and I just need to pursue it and persevere so that I get better, and then I'm going to enjoy it. You need to discover or need to figure out if pursuing that is going to cause your child more harm than good. If their emotional state is bad, or they're just not in a good state, then of course stop, right? You're the parent and your child's emotional well-being is super important. So I just wanted to say that. How do you make decisions about what to try? There's so many activities. If you're on a Facebook feed and you're a parent, and on any parent groups, whether homeschooling or otherwise, you're going to see tons and tons and tons and tons of different activity options or curriculum options. How do you know which one to choose? Well, that's why we go back to the first video we did when we were talking about creating your home environment. What do you want your child's education to look like? Then we look at the character. What do you want your child to be? And then what we're talking about today, looking at their gifts and talents, and you say, okay, what fits within that? What fits within that? Do you have financial considerations? That matters. If your child is going to play a sport, there's traveling involved. Can you travel? Do you have the time to travel? Do you have the energy to travel? Because as a parent, you are invested in whatever it is your child is doing. So you have to ask yourself, do I have it in me to help my child do this, to make this happen for my child? What about siblings? So now if I have 3 or 4 or more kids, how am I managing all of those things? These are hard things to wrestle with. Sometimes it's for a season that you do one thing and then you do another thing for another child in that season, so that we're working to develop their gifts and talents over time. So we have this long view, this bigger picture. Does it fit in your family routine? Is there an opportunity for connecting with other families, developing friendships? Those things might factor in. What other opportunities might become available because you do this thing? Perhaps you're going to do an activity and it's a stepping stone to another activity or another thing that your child is interested in. Something to consider. So we have limited, generally most of us have limited time, energy, finances. So we need to make some of these choices. And what if the only result, you pursue this, your child is interested in it, and the only thing that comes out of it is they've enjoyed themselves? Is that enough? Are you okay with that? And a final question for you to ponder: what if your child is not as talented as you thought they were? What if you thought they were this superstar and they were just going to rock it and be excellent? And they get in there and you realize, oh, that was my parent bias. They're actually not that talented, but they're enjoying themselves, or maybe they hate it. Then what? As a parent, we need to be able to say, that's okay. That is okay. You were just exploring, is this an avenue we want to pursue? I hope I've given you some food for thought, lots of things to think about. I hope you have lots of questions swirling through your brain as you think about your child's gifts and talents and how you are going to explore them, what that's going to look like for you and your child and your family, and how you're going to move forward. As Dean Koontz said, I really believe that everyone has a talent, ability, or a skill that he can mine to support himself and succeed in life. I encourage you to go find it.